welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Todd Anderson. That's Ross Merriam. And all day today so far, we've been going over cards that we either want to see from Modern Horizons make their way into the Modern format, or cards that a lot of people are talking about that we want to show they're probably a little too good to be in the Modern format. So far, we played a deck that had Baleful Strix and a Hymn to Torok, and that put a hurting on Ross's deck that played Elves, where he tried out Wire with Symbiote. So if you missed that, make sure to go check that out on YouTube. It's going to be out later this week. And then second match, you played
Goblin or Zombie Bombardment.
Yep, Zombie Bombardment
with Goblin Bombardment.
Right, as well as Cabal Therapist, the new card that has been previewed from Modern Horizons, where I played a deck, a Teamer deck, Tempo-y style, built around Shardless Agent. Now, Shardless Agent is just another Cascade card. Maybe a little too powerful, but I think it's fine. And I think in a fair deck, it's going to be a struggle to make it really that overly good. And I think it just kind of is another redundant Cascade effect that wouldn't really affect the format too much otherwise.
Yeah, the sort of fair removal creature plan was not particularly good against the graveyard synergies. Even with some hate in the sideboard, we split the post-hybrid games, so you can go watch that one as well. Yep. We are finishing up with some nice ones. In particular, I'm really excited about my deck.
I'm going to give you a second to talk about yours, and I'm going to let you finish, and then...
Yeah. So when I first started playing Magic during Odyssey Block, there was a deck that combined Opposition with Squirrel Nest. You would enchant your land with Squirrel Nest and make a 1/1 every turn, and then use Opposition to just lock your opponent out of the game. It's upkeep, tap all your lands, tap any creatures that are threatening. You just create this huge board. And man, is that the kind of Magic do I want to play?
That sounds like fun to you?
Yeah, when I'm the one who's tapping all their stuff.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, ooh, Opposition's not modern. I'm thinking, what can I pair with it? And I was hanging out with Jim Davis, and he's like, you got to play like Mox Opal and Springleaf Drum and all the cheap artifact creatures you can power out the Opposition, play it turn 2, turn 3.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, that sounds good, but we got to make a bunch of creatures. There's a blue card that makes a bunch of Thopter tokens when you cast artifact spells.
Yeah, Thopter Foundry.
Perhaps you've heard of it. Psy Master Thopterist.
Yeah,
so we got a little psyop going on here.
Oh, come on. Okay.
There's multiple reasons I'm excited about my deck.
Okay, you finished now?
Kind of. So that's what my deck's doing. We're making a bunch of Thopters.
Says hi in the chat.
We're locking Todd out of the game.
Opposition is a heinous Magic card. I have played both with and against Opposition. When I basically first started playing competitive Magic, that was around the time Opposition was in Standard. It got reprinted in 7th edition.
Versus Destiny, right?
Yep. And it hadn't been out of Standard for very long. It had only been out of Standard for a couple months, I think. It was in the previous format. And then once 7th edition came out, it was in various Saproling-based decks, as well as a couple other variations. There was a 2-mana enchantment that said 1 mana discard a card, make a Saproling, right? And that was the card you paired with Opposition to really lock your opponent out of the game. It was a very easy way to generate a lot of creatures. And I forget the name of it. It doesn't matter. And then after that, though, it was still in Standard for like a full year after that. And then Squirrel Nest was printed, and that became the de facto version. I just want to point out, Static Orb was also in that format, and alongside Opposition, Static Orb is one of the most disgusting pairings I've ever seen. And it was just the least amount of fun I had playing Magic, and one of my best friends at the time, Blair Simpson, just beat me senseless with that 2-card combination for like a year straight. And so my depth of hatred for Opposition knows no bounds.
So you're saying next week I should build Garruk Wildspeaker Stasis?
I would actually prefer that, honestly. Because then I know I'm dead. You always have the hint of maybe I can survive long enough to get back in the game against Opposition when you just never can. Anyway, so that's what Ross is playing. Now, I am playing a deck that actually kind of currently exists in Modern. It's slightly different. It's Izzet Archetype Phoenix, and a lot of people tout this as the best deck in Modern right now. And I tend to agree. I know Ross tends to agree. And I want to see if there was anything that could be added to the format that would make this deck a little bit better without making it too much better. And I think that Careful Study is a card that functions very similarly to Faithless Looting. I think it's actually worse than Faithless Looting by quite a bit, since you don't have access to like Force of Will to use as a pitch card. And and since we're already playing red and blue, I figured a little peanut butter, a little bit of jelly. It's just a little bit more redundancy, and we have Faithless Looting already, and the draws that feature Faithless Looting are usually quite good. And I felt like Careful Study might actually just add to that and give you a little more bit of explosiveness when it comes to the Arclight Phoenix draws.
Yeah.
Now, it is card disadvantage. It works pretty poorly with Thing in the Ice when you want to just like make sure you can cast a bunch of spells. But we've paired it with a card that I think is quite good in Fiery Temper, and now we have 8 ways easily to loot, discard Fiery Temper, and gain a little bit extra value.
Yeah, you definitely want more things to discard for value if you're adding more lootings to the deck. So I kind of like Temper at that point, especially because you just have more 1-mana things to 1-mana discard outlets to pair with Phoenix, but not only to pair with Temper too. So you can on turn 2 you can play Careful Study, discard an extra land or discard a Phoenix and a Temper, kill their creature, their Noble Hierarch or whatever, and then go from there. And that's a really nice nice pattern that you have for those early turns. I'm going to be playing out some creatures. Hopefully you can kill them, because if you don't, you're not going to cast any spells.
Yeah. On top of that, the other card that I'm using that is new, that I actually think is a slam dunk for this new set, Modern Horizons, is Dak Faden. I think that the Planeswalker itself is not overpowered outside of Vintage. I think that stealing a Mox or whatever is really good. But in Modern Legacy, that effect is not the powerful one. The +2 draw, or plus draw 2, discard 2 is significantly better, and I think that it actually just goes into some decks that already exist, and I think it's a fine Planeswalker to have around.
Yeah, and in this matchup, you're going to get to use the -2 ability, maybe steal some artifacts.
Yeah, and there might be like an Ornithopter or something that might take, so that it makes your opposition a little worse, your Springleaf Drum a little worse.
Master of Ethereum.
Yeah, could take Master of Ethereum. It seems pretty good.
Start taking more artifacts, pump that Master up.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the match. If you have any cards that you think would be really sweet to add into Modern via Modern Horizons, make sure to add SCG Tour in the chat with your best one, and our director Taylor is going to be picking his, and he's going to ask us whether we think it's too good or not. But get those in. We're going to take those right after we get done with Game 1 and before we get into Game 2. So, all right, so I lost last round, so I'm going to be on the play here.
Yep. Well, one last note on my deck is that I have Genesis Chamber as a way to generate extra creatures.
That card is nice.
And it gets turned off when it's tapped, so you can tap it with opposition so your opponent doesn't get to use it.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so careful study.
All the angles.
All right, well, we're going to pitch a Phoenix.
That's a good one.
And I think I'm actually just going to pitch a... Actually, I'm a little light on red mana, so I think I actually have to pitch a Faithless Looting here, which is a little awkward, so we'll say go. Yep. Can you imagine if you had Sea of the Synod in this deck?
Ornithopter.
Okay.
Chromatic Star.
Thoughtcast.
Sack for blue. Pass the turn.
This is really scary. If he had cast Thoughtcast there, I would have been a lot more scared. But Thing in the Ice, your turn.
Opposition.
Okay.
Ornithopter.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Upkeep. Tap Spire Block now.
I am very mad right now. Very upset, actually.
That was a very audible giggle, Ross.
That was, I mean, he's doing it.
Giggle.
He's doing it. All right. Draw 2. Discard 2. We're going to discard a Thing in the Ice and a Fiery Temper, and we're actually going to cast Temper and kill an Ornithopter. And we only played 2 spells, so that'll be all for me. Cool enough, Ross can actually just activate Blink Moth Nexus and use it to tap a land, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You play Psy? What are you doing? Wow, you are killing me here, Smalls.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to tap for it.
Okay.
Then I'll play a Mox Opal and get a Thopter.
Yeah, this is disgusting. Just, I actually don't even have Lightning Axe in my deck either, just because I thought that was like the worst discard outlet.
Then I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
Upkeep. Tap a Canal.
Float a red.
Tap a Canal.
Float a red.
Tap Thing in the Ice. I think there's a good chance Todd flips it this turn, regardless of what I do. So I just don't want to take the 7 and get tempoed out.
All right. I'm going to kill the Ornithopter.
And then you draw for turn.
Your turn. No, he's a little light on actual creatures now, but he can still tap up to 3 things, and I'm...
Frogmite, make a Thopter.
Yeah.
Master of Ethereum, make a Thopter.
Sure.
Now I need 5 things to be able to tap everything, so I can freely attack with 1 Thopter that was still around for 2. Yeah, brings you to 18.
Sure.
Pass the turn, upkeep. Tap your 5 things.
Alright. Trigger. Make a blue red or red. No, make red. Whatever.
Okay. Game is definitely not over yet.
Red.
Yep.
And temper you
17.
Yeah. And then draw for turn.
Good after that.
I'm gonna hit you with a Phoenix, so I discard on turn 1.
Oh, yeah. 14.
Okay, your turn.
That was a good draw. Ornithopter, make a token. Frogmite, make a token.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
And pass the turn, leave your island. Next turn I'll play Master, make another token, got a Thoughtcast. Yeah, this is going to snowball.
Yeah, the turn 2 opposition was disgusting. Holy crap. All right, well, we're going to take a short break here to get sideboards put together. Get your questions in, Taylor, and I'll be right back. Jesus. All right, well, while we're doing this, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, I have a really good question from Kurth Naga. 2233.
Okay.
With Modern Horizons, would you prefer to see cards that bolster struggling strategies or cards that create a new archetype?
That's a good question. Personally, I think I would prefer... I think there are plenty of archetypes. I don't think spawning a new archetype is really necessary, so I would much rather bolster existing strategies, at the very least just to kind of mix things up. I don't know. That's a good question, though. I'm not really sure where I stand on it 100%, though. What do you think, Ross?
I mean, I just want to see both, so I don't think it's a choice really between the two. Those are just the 2 things. Those are the 2 things I want to see.
Sure.
So
I'm going to cut some Fiery Tempers. Even though they're good with the careful studies or whatever, they are a little too expensive, I think. Man, that was infuriating. It was frustrating. That was so good. And obviously, those are the games where you're going to see, like, opposition be absolutely nuts. But turn 2 opposition with turn 3 Psy, make a thing, tap one of your lands. Like, that is brutal. And I just don't know what I can do about it.
And, one other cut.
All right, well, this is how I'm going to sideboard. I'm going to take some Tempers out because they're just slow, and he doesn't have good targets for hitting. He's got plenty. Kill like Ornithopters and stuff and Frogmites. Maybe it's worth keeping them in. What should I cut? I mean, Dak seems all right. All my other stuff is literally just Cyclers and card draw. Terramander seems poopy. I'll just cut Terramander, I guess. I'll cut 1 Fire Temper just because it's slow. All right, I'll do that.
I actually think I like the Gut Shots. It's a card that helps you flip Thing in the Ice under opposition. It kills Memnite.
Yeah. I don't even know how many Memnites are in your deck. And
full 4, baby.
Okay.
We're powering out this opposition.
Sure.
I don't really know the last few cards I want to cut
here. Why are
here.
You cutting Spellskite? What is wrong with you? I have Lightning Bolt in my deck.
I just don't think Lightning Bolt's that good against me.
Okay. Oh, all right.
What else am I cutting? Do you just want me to cut all the Genesis Chambers? I think Chambers awkward against Thing in the Ice.
No, Chambers fine. It's just another version of Psy, I guess.
Maybe I just want to cut all the Frogmites.
Yeah, it's probably a win more card. I don't know. Hit us.
Let's try cutting all the Frogmites.
Let's go with Schadenport.
With who?
Or Schadenport.
Okay. Mana denial is not a thing that they're going to add a bunch to in Modern. Back to basics, I don't think they want to do that. I think they kind of regret having Blood Moon in the format. Like, they kind of just don't want to be there. Or at least that's just kind of the feeling I get. Like, there's a reason why no new land destruction has been printed, any, like, playable land destruction in the past, like, 7 years or whatever. You know, it all costs 4 mana. There's no Stone Rains. There's no more Molten Rains.
You know what card I saw? I think it was on...
Rich Support's too good. Especially with Ether Vial, I think.
I think on Emma Handy's list, there was a fun card I saw that I wouldn't mind seeing. And it's
Sylvan Safekeeper?
Jokel Hops.
Jokel
With, like, Chandras and stuff. You just power that out. And I've got a Chandra. I want to see people get Joker hops.
You're a madman. You're just a straight up crazy person. Why are you shuffling your deck without your sideboard cards in it? Stop shuffling your deck. Put your sideboard cards in and shuffle your deck so we can progress the day. We got things to do, sir. We got Magic to play.
Cloud of Fairies.
Shut up. Oh, God. Do you people know nothing of Magic history? It's banned in Pauper. It's too good for Pauper.
Specifically for being like too good with lands that make multiple mana. We've got a bunch of those. But
Cabal Coffers.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's fine. Fall Coffers is okay. If you want to play mono swamps,
yeah.
It works really well with Urborg too, which is nice. I like that.
Yeah. Your mono swamp deck that doesn't activate Cabal Coffers until turn 4 in Modern, yeah.
I was actually quite upset that new what's the newer
Cabal
one?
Stronghold.
Cabal Stronghold only counts basic swamps. I thought that was garbage.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm also upset that Tempest Gen only counts basic islands.
Wow, it's still on the Pro Tour,
Yeah.
so you can't really complain about that one. Oh, I wish Judges Familiar could counter enchantments. It won anyway, like multiple times. Twice.
2-time Pro Tour champion, Judges Familiar.
All right. My opening hand's quite good. I'm going to keep. All right. How's yours?
It's fine.
All right. Just going to lead with Steam Vents tapped.
I'm going to play Blinkmoth Nexus, Relic of Progenitus.
Man, you're a jerk. Thing the ice. But at least you didn't place 5 permanents on turn 1, followed by an opposition and a Psy or whatever on turn 2. Huh. Yeah, okay.
Exile that one.
Yep. Okay. Just a lot of fun. Just twisted image on my It's just so much fun. Alright, I'm gonna Dak Faden. I'm gonna Stealer Mox. Or no, because you're just gonna attack it with Blinkmoth Nexus. I can't steal Relic because you're just gonna pop it, so I'll just loot. Draw 2, discard. Both lands, I suppose. Your turn.
Okay, I'll pop a Relic on end step. I gotta find some better things here.
Well, now at the very least, Ross can't really tap out.
Goblin Lackey. I keep forgetting the...
Goblin Lackey, I think, is fine. It's really powerful, but it's really powerful in a very fair way. Putting into play a Siege Gate Commander on turn 2 is not any more degenerate than playing 3 Hollow Ones on the first turn or whatever. And the fact that it can get beat up by a Lightning Bolt, I think, is okay. Yeah.
Pass the turn.
Sure. Okay. Let's just steal this. Let's say go. Sure.
I have to pay 2 for this because of the Damping Sphere. Oh, actually, I guess I can activate Nexus and then pay 1 for it.
So it's -5. An additional mana?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Minus because you always sum together the reductions.
So you activate it and then pay it blue. Oh, sure. Yep, that's fine.
Attack deck for 1.
Bolt it.
Relic you.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Stack is going to be hard to deal with.
Draw.
Maybe I should have played this thing to force the action.
Loot.
Yep.
And I'm gonna discard. I'm just gonna discard a couple like careful studies or whatever. This game is not about the graveyard anymore because of 2 relics and
3 relics. Oh, this should be
play
exiled.
Chandra, Torch of Defiance, take it up, deal you 2 damage, put you to 18.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Okay.
Planeswalker control deck, baby.
Pop a relic.
Got me.
I'm going to be hoisted by my own petard with this damping sphere.
You dummy. 3 mana. There it is. Just gotta steal that. Sure.
Once again, I have 5 artifacts. I've played 1 spell, so pass the turn.
How big is it?
It is a 5/5.
All right, I'll take it.
Close to turning on your Moxel Ball.
I know, dude. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, I'll play Serum Visions.
Yep.
Draw. Top 2. We'll leave them on. Ooh, can we actually? Ooh, hold on. So this costs 2. And this costs 3. And that doesn't really do. That doesn't do what I want to do. It's fine. Okay. Steal you 2.
16.
All right, your turn.
It's a little late.
So there's a 2/2 right now. Okay. Okay.
You can go.
So he's just trying to play. No, what he's trying to play? Does he have counterspells or something after sideboard? I don't know. All right. Twist Image or Ornithopter.
I'm dead.
What? How are you dead?
Don't have a way to pressure this next time.
Oh, that sucks. Got him. Dak Faden, minus ability, coming in hot.
As they shuffle up, folks, people in chat, if you are yelling a card, most likely, if we haven't we're not talking about it now, we've already talked about it. So please watch the VODs later for that, so
Heck
you
yeah.
can stop yelling at me.
What card?
Mainly Caracas and Standstill. They can,
What? Standstill?
Yeah.
Standstill we haven't talked about. That
Oh, I
one
thought we did.
No.
No, I actually don't mind Standstill
Yeah.
that much.
Thumbs up to Standstill.
I mean, that card. Look, there are some weirdo ones in older formats that they were in Standard when I was playing Magic. Okay, like I played with Standstill in Standard with Psychotog, another card people asked about, and Zombie Infestation. That was my deck.
Oh, I think I heard it when you were talking about Psychopod.
That was nice. So, I am a huge fan of Standstill. I think it makes for some weird games, and that's okay. They're not bad games.
Yeah.
They're just different games. So.
A huge liability against Aether Vial.
Yeah, bad against Mutavault from the opponent, and that was at a time where Mutavault wasn't alive then. But,
It's like Mish's Factory and Legacy.
Yeah, there was an extended format where Mutavault I think was legal with Standstill. But
Okay, game 3.
all right, any more cards we can?
Price
chit-chat?
of Progress.
Hold on.
It's fine. Oh, this is for the marbles. Who's for the
figured it out.
marbles?
So you won 1 match 2-1. I won 1 match 2-1.
Oh.
1-1 in this match.
Oh, baby.
Solid 4-4. Game number 9. They used to play the World Series to 9 games. It was game number 9.
Cool. You're on the play. Yeah.
Good luck.
Before we get started with that, though, one more card, because this is the tension is rising now. Now I forgot. Honestly, I was having so much fun today playing with these new cards that I forgot about the marbles. So let's get them on the table. They're right behind you. Can you get them? This is what we're playing for, ladies and gents. It's gonna sit right here. The whole. I guess you want to be able to see them. Do this. Is this okay? Oh, no, they're gonna roll. Yeah, but all they see is this. So it's top down.
Oh. There we go.
All right. Card. Last one.
Last
one for right now. We'll do one more.
Unmask.
Unmask. Free spells are really dangerous, but Unmask is a fair-ish free spell. So I love Unmasking Legacy, and I think it does some really cool stuff. So I would say yes, but probably too good.
That's another card that like could help you just tap out for things like Jace, still not lose to combo decks, and probably not as good as Force of Will. I'm thumbs up in that one.
All right, here we go.
There was very computer lab thumbs up there, Ross.
Marbles. Is your 7 keepable? Mulls of 7s? Mulls of 7s? Because my hand's kind of bad.
No, I'll keep.
I'll keep 2.
Go.
Not like it's for the marbles or anything.
All right, 17. I think I'm just going to get beat down by Master of Ethereum this game. And that's kind of a cool alternate element to that deck. Like, you can just win with Psy, Master of Ethereum, and, like, that's pretty cool. But we need some real help off this Serum Visions, and I'm hoping that we get there, because he didn't have... I don't know what's going on with your hand. Okay, your turn.
2.
15.
Okay. Tap it.
Okay.
You can go.
Careful study.
Sure.
10 hill lands. That's really unfortunate. Your turn.
I really want to hit a land here, so I'm just going to pop this relic.
Okay.
That might be bad, but...
We got serious all of a sudden. I don't want to play no more. I don't want to play around no more. I just want to win.
Didn't hit the land.
I'm at 12.
12 pass.
I didn't hit the land either. Just careful study. There it is. Okay. We're in business, folks. Oh, man. Oh, I'm feeling it. You know, I don't even want to get these things in the ice, because if Ross has Twist Image in hand, he's just going to just annihilate me. So we're just going to do this and say go.
That was pretty good. Attack for 2.
Do I want to kill one? Kinda. Alright, but 1.
Brings you to 11.
Yep.
Okay, Citadel Psi.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Now I really regret discarding things in the ice. I'm gonna fetch and steal your Darksteel Sigil.
You're 10.
Yep. Go.
Okay, 1 at deck, 2 at you.
Yep.
You're 8. Pass the turn.
So 8 to 16.
Or
sorry, are you
I'm
still
at 20.
20? You're 20? Sorry.
You can go.
I had an old life total from last game.
Yep.
Draw. I will Thought Scour me.
I like seeing Shatterstorm and Izzet Phoenix, but a lot of cards in hand here for Todd. Another Dak Faden.
Yep. A tick up.
Yep.
Your turn.
Okay.
Needs a land to be able to kill Dak this turn, otherwise we get to untap with a lot of cool stuff to do.
Yep, I cannot kill a Dak Faden.
It's good news for me.
So let's play Springleaf Drum and get a Thopter.
Mm-hmm. That's a cool interaction. Springleaf Drum and it just powers itself.
Yeah, just free.
Yeah, that's funny.
I guess I can. So I tap this for Drum. So I can just activate the Nexus and then pay 1 mana for this Thoughtcast in case I just want to attack with this. I can.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that does leave me without blue mana in case I draw another Thoughtcast. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do this in case I draw. Oh, So I'd have to activate Nexus and do it this way to chain Thoughtcast. So let's do it that way. I don't think I'm attacking with it. Actually, maybe I am.
Can you just tap Nexus for itself and then tap for blue?
Yeah, then I can chain, but then I can't attack this to 1 and you get to steal something, which I don't want to have happen.
No, just... Oh, yeah. No, okay, so discast this.
I'm going to be able to Thoughtcast next turn. I have a ton of stuff.
Yep.
So let's activate this Nexus and then cast a Thoughtcast. So this is a creature. Draw 2.
Wait,
Okay.
no, this casts Springleaf Drum.
Yeah.
Right?
And then...
This activated this, and then
now I
this
have 4?
Thoughtcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did not draw anything I want to cast, so attack Dak for 3.
1.
Pass the turn.
Okay, no reason not to just loot with Dak. Can't do anything else. Draw 2. Discard Fiery Temper and let's go Faithless Looting. And we'll cast Fiery Temper targeting Psy. A fetch.
Get 7.
I'm gonna cast Shatterstorm.
Pretty good.
I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt targeting Psy.
Turn Phoenix.
Turn Phoenix. Hit you for 3.
17.
No, I'm not going to attack.
Yeah. Want to defend the Dak?
Yeah. All right, so 17 to 8?
You're 7.
7,
yeah.
7. Okay.
Psy, Ornithopter, make a Thopter.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Draw for turn. I'm going to loot with Dak. I don't want to lose it yet. Draw 2, discard, land, careful study. Play a thing in the ice. Metamorphose, flip blue-red. Draw. Flashback, faithless looting.
No mana floating now.
Correct. Huh. Alright, we'll keep it. Alright, go. I believe I still have a faithless looting in the yard.
I'll go to 16 and dismember thing in the ice.
Okay.
Down to 13.
16.
No,
He
16.
never attacked.
I undid an attack.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's fine, it's fine. It's my fault.
Genesis Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Pass the turn.
You have how many cards?
3.
You said this is both double-sided?
Yeah. When a creature enters the battlefield, non-token.
And it enters the battlefield, so
Yes.
it works with Arclight, which
Yes.
is kind of cool. Okay. Let's tick up.
Yep. This Dak Faden has been so good.
I'm going to Chandra minus. Go.
Now would be a good time.
Oh, this should be in my graveyard. It doesn't really matter, but...
Not for that. Think I am dead now.
Why are you dead?
If I'd drawn an island, I could have
just killed
oppositioned.
Chandra.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
mean,
dead. You're 16.
I'm pretty far behind.
You have Genesis Chamber. I mean, I don't know. Just draw Thoughtcast into a bunch of stuff. Just play it out. It's for the marbles.
Yeah, we're
okay?
definitely playing it out.
Okay?
I'm not.
I have no things in the ice left in my deck, just for the record. I have 2 Arclight Phoenix left in my deck. No Terramander.
Did you get a Thopter from Genesis Chamber?
You get a mirror.
You get a mirror.
Ah.
It's fine.
Well,
we'll
I
just.
meant when Psy was out.
Did you make a Nick Miller token when you cast Genesis Chamber? It's too late, Miss Trigger. Marbles on the line.
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
chat.
Marbles on the line.
That would actually be pretty good.
I know. I didn't catch it. That's It's unfortunate for Ross, but, I'm going to let it play.
It's probably going to cost me the game. This Dak Faden is just too good. Unless Todd decks himself with it.
Come on.
4, 8, 12, 16, 22. I don't think I can let you untap with a Chandra, so...
I agree. I'm going to need a Blink Moth.
Yeah, obviously. Chandra down.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Drop. I will... Flashback Faithless Looting. Discard land. I will cast Manamorphose. Red, blue.
Yep.
I will tick up Dak Faden. Discard Phoenix. Thought Scour. I'll use blue to cast Serum Visions. Top 2. Leave both on top. Use the blue. Thought Scour myself.
That's the last Phoenix, I assume?
Yep. And then move to combat.
Yep.
Make 2 Phoenixes. Trigger the Genesis Chamber twice. Get 2 Mirror. Attack you for 9.
Yeah, I'm just dead. I'm going to go to 7.
Your turn.
Even if I had the extra Thopter there, I'm able to, if I have the extra Thopter there, I'm able to play Master that turn.
It's not a Thopter, it's a Mirror, but if that flying matters.
No, when I missed the Thopter off Genesis Chamber.
Oh, yeah. You could have played...
I could have played Master last turn, attacked with 2 Thopters. You, trade for 1 with your Arclight because you're bringing it back. Let the thing die. And then I have Master in play.
You really want to let me steal your Master with Genesis Chamber on the...
Well, I just have to. Eventually, the goal is to just eventually lock you out with this.
Sure.
I was sitting on 3
and
lands.
You had to activate Nexus and lose it, and then
Yeah.
then you could never really cast Opposition.
Yeah, the fact that you took my Citadel and blew up my Springleaf Drum just kept me off this card for too long. If I'm able to get it down, I just lock you out of threats and you're just dead.
Well, yeah, that's why I killed your Springleaf Drum with a Shatterstorm.
Also, this card has been a liability every time. It was just Frogbite would have been way better. Yeah, all up. Yeah, I just can't do anything to stop the assault in the air. I guess.
Can you survive and then maybe cast Opposition next turn and not be dead?
Well, I can play Spellskite this turn and make a mirror.
Okay.
You took all the mirrors.
They're right here. Are you mad because I finally am going to get the marbles?
And pass the turn.
All right, Twisted Image or Spellskite. Okay. Draw.
Yeah, you just minus on the Thopter and there's no way I can come back. I'm dead.
Yeah, why don't you let me do it, okay? You know how long it's been since I've had the marbles?
It's been 2 months.
Since the original time we had the marbles.
You won the first time, and then I won the second time, and I haven't lost since. And so I got the marbles after SAG Worcester.
It's burning.
Which was the second week of January.
Yeah.
And you won them either that Tuesday, and then I won them that Thursday. So it would have been midway through January for almost 2 months.
All right, well, I got to say, some nice marbles. Today was a blast.
Yeah.
Trying out these cards, some of them felt a little too powerful, but some of them didn't. And I think that is just pretty sweet. Careful Study might be way too good in a different deck or whatever, and this deck, it just feels like more the same. Faithless Looting discarded Careful Study and vice versa multiple times. Obviously having a little too much of that effect is perhaps not a good thing, but at the same time, if you just figure out ways to use the graveyard a little more or whatever, it's fine. It
didn't feel like you ever ran out of needing for looting. You got down to 15 cards in your deck. You saw every threat as a result, which was nice. The Dak Faden just put in so much work. That's the card that definitely carried the day. Yeah, but even still, the best part about Dak Faden was both sides. The plus ability felt really strong, as well as in this particular matchup, the minus ability seemed sweet. Yeah, you got ahead, and I needed a 1 or 2 turn reprieve so I could draw in and deploy all my stuff and recover. And because of deck fading, you just never had that reprieve. You just kept going through deck, finding more and more and more. The pressure was never off. And eventually it was too much, and I cracked under it. But if I'm able to deal with that deck early, then the game swings wildly in my favor.
Or if you just cast an opposition earlier, like I had no real way to deal with an opposition.
I kept a hand with 1 mana source or whatever, so 2 mana sources.
But the marbles on the line, you kept
it was
like that. Come on.
Didn't you keep a 1-laner with that?
Shut up. And I missed my second land drop.
I had 2 mana sources. I had 2 lands, but I had double. I had Nexus Island, double Memnite, Psy, Dismember, Thoughtcast.
That's fine. I think that hand's good.
Yeah.
Was it like really awkward when I just discarded 3 things in the ice and you had Dismember in hand?
Yeah. I eventually played 1. I got to Dismember anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
The second thing would have been good that you discarded, but no, that was a great set of games there to end it. You got to see the power of opposition in game 1, where I just played turn 2 and completely obliterated any chance that Todd had.
Yeah, I mean, I even transformed Thing in the Ice, bounced 5 creatures, and
redeployed.
You just made 5 creatures on the next turn. Because Master Thopters obviously pairs insanely well with opposition. And there's a number of different types of decks, I think, that can play opposition. That can ramp to opposition with things like Noble Hierarch and Bird Paradise, and it is not hard to generate extra creatures with creatures, right? Like you can just make sure that like you play ones that generate 2 of them. Like back in the day, there was a version of that deck that just played Call of the Herd. It was a very fair, way to really establish a board presence while also just generating enough threats to actually utilize opposition in the long run. And for me, opposition, I don't want it in the format. I think the gameplay with it is just too one-sided. And while there are a lot of one-sided things in Modern, I think adding to it, perhaps not very much, or perhaps not something that the format really needs.
Yeah, it's one of those cards that play patterns with it are pretty bad.
That was fun.
You just make a ton of creatures and tap down all your opponent's stuff on their upkeep, and they just do nothing and eventually kill them.
Yeah, I mean,
which is my favorite way of playing Magic.
Well,
there's a finite amount of fun available, and I want it all.
Okay. As far as Careful Study, I think it's just more of the same, and I don't think that's I don't think it's too much. Like, if they're willing to leave Faithless Looting in the format, which I think they should, I think that Careful Study is fine. I don't think it made this deck that much more busted or anything like that. And I think that, it could allow some other decks to flourish, especially if we have a little more different types of discard interaction. Like, I think Madness, for example, is a really positive way to utilize discard outlets.
I think it was Mongrel and Basking Root Wallet.
Yeah, and I mean, in those we don't have Basking Root Wallet, right? But we do have Noose Constrictor, which is effectively Wild Mongrel, but has reach, and as well as the Reckless Worm, which is the time shifted version of Arrogant Worm.
Some things we don't have Circular Logic. That's the big one.
Yeah, Circular Logic. I think Madness could be something that they could experiment with in Modern. I don't think it would be that bad. I always thought that Madness being one of the better decks in Standard when it was in Standard was fine because it's just a creature based tempo deck that has a couple ways to smush control with Circular Logic, and it's just a creature-based synergy deck.
Yeah, it's exactly the kind of deck they want to encourage. It'd be nice. We're already a little over time. We got a couple more cards to do. Let's take 3.
Did I Buried Alive?
No. Get out of here.
I don't have a lot of good ones.
Just ask the bad ones so we can make fun of them. That's fine too.
Berserk?
No. Get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to just kill people... Invigorate? What about Invigorate? You want to do
that? Was also asked earlier.
Do you want to die on turn 2?
Do you like dying on turn 2? Look, Modern Infect is still pretty good. It won an Open within the last year. Zan Syed won an Open with that deck in the last year.
It won an Invitational.
It won the freaking Invitational. You want to give it Invigorate and Berserk?
Get out of here. Last one.
Death Shadow with Berserk.
Sylvan Library.
Not only is that card busted, it has 7,000 words of text on it that make no sense.
Okay. How about this? Sylvan Library, but a different name. Templated slightly differently. Do you think that effect is too good? Paying 4 life for like 1 extra card in Modern, where you have to shockland yourself a ton. There's no Source of Plowshares to give you any life reprieve against the control decks. It's all Path to Exile. Personally, a Sylvan Library-esque card that is very similar but just templated better, I think, might be okay.
What if it was like, at the beginning of your draw step, you may pay 4 life if you do draw 2 cards and put 1 card from your hand back on top of your library?
Sure.
So that you can get all 3 and put 1 back. You're up a card.
See, that's still weird though. So I would just I don't know. I mean, okay, let's say you don't get the Sensei's Divining Top form of it. Let's just say you have a card that just says during your draw step you may pay 4 life and draw an additional card.
That probably wouldn't be good enough.
Right. I don't think it'd be good enough either.
Yeah. But that's a card that you could probably fix in some way and put in, but by itself, ridiculous.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do one more, and if it's bad, we'll do another one.
All right. Accumulated knowledge.
Accumulated knowledge, I think, is right at the exact power level that I like in Modern, personally.
I think they'd probably have to make a new one that only counts your graveyard, because otherwise the mirrors are asinine.
But it's a sorcery. I forgot what it's called, like Take Something, maybe?
Yeah.
I played it, Take Inventory.
Yeah.
I had that in one of my standard decks for a while, and it was fine. And I don't think Accumulated Knowledge being an instant is a big deal. But yeah, I would make sure it does.
It's kind of a big deal being an
I
instant.
mean,
it's a lot better.
Take Inventory was really good in that deck for whatever it's worth. And I think Accumulated Knowledge, maybe even Take Inventory would be good with Careful Study in my deck. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, yeah, I think it's fine. Just maybe a version that only counts your graveyard, just because if you get into an accumulated war or accumulated knowledge mirror match, it's one of the most stupid things ever.
Yeah. One more.
All right. Portent.
No.
One, Ponder's too good. Portent is worse, but is also worse in a way that's confusing and awkward. I don't think any sort of slow trip effect is coming back. We already have Mission.
we already
have Bauble.
We have Bauble, but Bauble, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that it's a slow trip. I wish it was just literally just. I would be happy. I would be fine if it just said draw a card. One more. Always
Price
more.
of Progress.
Price of Progress.
Burn is already good.
Why?
I'm not
asking you.
I know, but I think the audience should also know, like, some of these cards, like, why would you put them
Yeah.
Just get it out of here.
It's like the question is like scientists were so busy wondering if they could, they didn't really think about whether or not they should.
Yeah.
Just because you can bring back the dinosaurs doesn't. They're gonna eat you.
That doesn't end well for Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, it does. He survives all the time.
Damn it! He's the only person in the movie I knew, so I took a shot.
He's in Thor.
I fell asleep during that.
He's the main character of the second one. So
I fell asleep when I went to that movie with my brother as a kid, and he woke me up, timing it to wake me up, so I saw the T-Rex eat the guy off the toilet, and scarred me.
Good.
So then at the end, I started yelling and made him leave the movie like 10 minutes early. He missed the ending.
Nice. All right. Well, that's going to do it for Versus Life today. I got the marbles back for the first time in over a month. Feels good, man. Yeah. And I'm pretty happy about that. But it was a tough, long road back to the marbles. I'm just happy they're back on my side, and we're going to see if we can keep them on this side. Thursday, we're gonna probably make a straw poll, or not straw poll, but I'm gonna make a Twitter poll at some point today or tomorrow, and I'm gonna let y'all decide if y'all want to see more of this, or if y'all want us to test out the London Mulligan, because those are basically the two things that we have on the docket coming up in the very near future. The London Mulligan is going to be introduced at Mythic Championship London in just a month and change, or 2 months or something like that, and it might fundamentally change how we build decks. It might fundamentally change which decks we choose for tournaments. And I really just want to see if it's overblown. I want to see if it's way too good, or if everyone is just going crazy for no reason. So
yeah, definitely something to test out.
The chat's yelling both.
I mean, we're not doing both. That is
so there you go,
that
chat.
is asinine.
It's too many degrees of freedom.
Yeah, I mean, well, like it's there. You need to have a control. Like I already think it's kind of ridiculous that we take deck with new cards versus deck with new cards when we should just be doing deck that exists in Modern versus deck with new cards. But we want to get as much punch for the time spent in here as we can, and it's not that like we get some really cool games like that last game,
and
was
it's
really
easy
sweet.
for us to get a feel for like what things we're doing are good and what things we're doing are too good, because we know how Modern works, so that's not too big of a stretch. We got some subs to shout out.
Oh crap.
Oh, it's fine.
We like all of you.
Yeah, we do like all of you. I mean, well, can you sort the Streamlabs notifications by subs?
Taylor doesn't know how. Taylor is inept at his job. Intern Rob needs to come back.
Intern Rob. Well, Intern Rob was busy. He worked this weekend.
Yeah,
I can come. Let me see if I can get the
Sparrow.
Sparrow.
Yeah,
Sparrow's a sub in my chat.
months.
Sparrow's great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, let's see. Click all right, we got a bunch of subs right here. All right, we got Histeas coming in with Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for bringing that back. Your WoW, thank you. Your Solus Gaming, subscribe with Prime as well as your WoW. Slayer of Filth, sub with a tier 1, and then Shogun Jax coming in with a Twitch Prime as well. One day ago, we had Scott Brow. I want to say thank you to them. That was probably during the right after the open or during the replay of it. So anyway, anyone who was watching Versus Live today, thank you for subbing. Thanks for the just being here, asking the questions. Y'all help us create some extra content, and it's always
Frozen just subscribed.
Oh, Frozen, what's up? Thank
6
you.
months. Thank you.
Thank you, dude. I'll say this: every month the Sloopy Goopers comes by and subs. It's just the best day for me because it just makes me giggle. So, all right, well, that's gonna do it for Versus Live today. Make sure to come back. We're gonna do more stuff on Thursday. Not sure if it's on the Mulligan or if it's gonna be more of this, but we'll let you know on Twitter. So make sure to follow at SCG Tour on Twitter, as well as I'm strong_sad. He's Ross Hunneds.
Hunneds.
Yep, and we're gonna have articles this week. What's your article about this week? Did you already write it?
I did. I wrote about the debate between Snapcaster Mage and Terramander as the last threat in Izzet Phoenix. So if you're playing regionals this weekend, you're going to want to check that out, especially even if you're not playing Izzet Phoenix, just so you know the differences and how those changes affect how the deck plays out. I wrote all about those 2 cards.
Yeah, and I don't have an article going up this week. I'm taking the week off because I am a sponsored streamer from Wizards of the Coast this week. I'm going to be producing a lot of really awesome arena content, so make sure to check out my channel, strong_sad on Twitch TV. And I'm going to have 100 different booster codes to give away. I'm probably going to give those away around like 5 at a time. So if you're hanging out in my chat, you might just win yourself 5 boosters from MTG Arena.
Some
and then, honestly,
boosties.
5 boosters is how much you get for hidden mythic. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you can call it the Mythic Giveaway.
All right. Well, thanks for watching Versus Live, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday at 1 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for being here. See you later.